Okay, welcome to Module 4. We've got a whole module on water. Why is that? Well, you know that it's important to hydrate, but actually, water is important for life. There is no aspect of life that doesn't require water. So the module entitled Follow the Water is not named after a song. Follow the Water was actually a theme, an exploration theme that NASA used for looking for life on Mars, looking for water on Mars. And what we're going to do in this module is explore where we can find water within the solar system. Before we do that, we're going to briefly review the properties of water. And you'll see that even though you're familiar with water, that water actually has a few anomalous properties. It doesn't really behave the way that most substances do. Those anomalies are actually very important for where we find water later on in the solar system. So after we've mopped up the properties of water, we're then going to basically take a tour through the solar system and examine where we might find water. And you may be surprised that we find water on hot planets like Mercury. We find water on the moon, and finding water on the moon is very important if we want to establish lunar colonies. There is a lot of water on Mars. You've probably heard headlines in the news about finding water on Mars. There has not been an issue of, is there water on Mars? The issue has been, how much water is there? How much water is there now? How much water was there in the past? And we'll try and address that. And then we'll look at the outer solar system. And the large gas and ice giants are really not good places for water, but their satellites are really quite cool. And in fact, what came as a big surprise to us in the late 70s when Voyager went by was that some of these icy satellites of the outer planets are not dead icy worlds. They're actually active worlds with several of them with subsurface oceans of water. And we'll look at a couple of those in detail. And that pretty much wraps up our tour of water in the solar system, but it sets the stage for the next module, which is the search for extraterrestrial life, because we'll need water if we want to find life. That is, if life works the way we understand it now. And have fun.